There's not going to be any clever, commercial or anything like that today, folks, before the monologue. Because I got to have my mojo today. Well, well, well. Anybody here ever been in the military or known anyone that was in the military? All right. We all been there, right? Those Thanksgiving dinners, you know, those supposed football games certain people claim to have won. Rigged. I said, I don't know. Anyway, listen, you guys. This is going to be a good one. It's Monday. How could it not be? Thank you, Karen Carpenter. Rainy days. We had them last week and Monday now. They always keep me up, especially when I'm in fighting weight. Oh, you'll understand in a minute. I'm kidding. Or am I? Welcome to today's installment of Bathrobe Moments, y'all. Doing something I never do. This is my stage head, right? If you look at the magazine cover head, I never do this on Bathrobe Moments. I always have a hat on. But today, I was determined to not be upstaged. You know, when I have those overachievers, above overachievers, above legends on the show, I can be a bit intimidated, and you know I can get up in my feelings. So I had to do something different today, and I am so excited that we're here together. Listen, we're going to have a lot of fun, but not so much fun that we lose sight of what's really important. So here's a question for you. I want to know, just answer to yourself if you need to, but say it. Because when you speak things into existence, it's the only way they come into existence. Ask yourself, what am I going to do today that I know for a fact is going to ease, or has the potential thereof, to ease some suffering somewhere in the world? Hmm. And one of two things happened right there. Neither one, there's no wrong answer. If you went, that's a great question, Dr. Loren. Or you went, oh, I can tell you what that is. Either way, because you already know, it was because you were seeking. And if you didn't know and you think it's a great question, it's because the seeking has just begun. So either way, we have a winner. Bella Purpose is in the house, you guys. Been here for all 11 years. I ring it on purpose, with purpose, and it is not a show gimmick. It is not, what are those things called? Oh, those games that Navy has won in the past. They're called props. Those weren't real. That was AI. Anyway, the bell of purpose, you guys. Why do I ring it? I ring it because just like that bell, the truth has a ring to it. Okay. So you have to have that frequency going. Use your due north. You know, due north is a tuning fork. So, you know what I mean? That's right. Only 2 lanes. So you want to make sure you're going north and not south. Don't you hate it when that went south? See what I'm saying? Sacred's on the left, headed north. So is scared. Same set of numbers. That was for our Navy people. We all know they're really letters and words. Same amount of letters. 6, sacred. And then scared. My guest today is sacred. I don't know. He may have been scared before. Most of us think we have. But it could be something else. It could be a lot of things. But sacred, when you are within your purpose over and over and over and over, like today's guest, Dennis Bonilla, F is the middle initial. No, I'm not giving away a thing today because I don't know if that's really because they might have left the other part off the F and it's really A. I did say Navy, didn't I? Anyway, and that one, Frank, was for that comment about a football game. You guys, listen, we're told to count it all joy. And today, you can count till the cows come home because that's exactly how much joy we've got in store for you. This man, you have the, what are those fancy resume things called? CV. And then I remember the first time I got one, they told me to submit it for a speaking gig. And I was like, duh, why do you want me you left the letter off. So how do you expect me to go there and get anything for you? CBS. I didn't know what it was. I thought they left it's a real thing, you all. And it's a resume above a resume, right? I'm not going to go from that today. Just like we're not scripted. We're having a real conversation. And it is going to be, if not yet, but I believe it is, because you're here and the light is with you, an illuminated conversation. So get ready, phone a friend. Tune in, even if you're alone. Remember, wherever you are right now, you have the possibility within you to turn that space into not just ordinary space or any space. Make it sacred space. Wonderful things happen, I promise you. Welcome to the show, and then we're going to get our guest in here. Here's my sidekick. She's been here 11 years too. Go figure. Oh, yeah, we came together. The power of three. This is Lucy McGillicuddy Ricardo, and she is my version of Ed McMahon. That's a reference to a very popular variety show in the evenings. For those of you in the Navy who, never mind. You guys, get ready. This is one for the books, the record books, and the Book of Fun. Frank Bonilla's coming down the street, down the hallway, or swimming his way in. We'll see in just a moment. Don't go away. A lot of show still ahead. Dr. Loren, Bathrobe Moments. All of our stories begin with either in the beginning or once upon a time. And for me, my story began pretty much, and this is how it was referred to for quite a while, a backdoor deal. I could be living in a different neighborhood, in a different school, with different kids in the same bedroom from day to day. And so it began to feel like I was moving through a maze. I was always the kind of kid who would talk to my imaginary friends, they would talk back, and I know now that it was a great thing because it was carving out a place for me to dream. A lot of us will say, well, I want to lose 10 pounds. And then down the road, we've gained it. Why? Because want comes like a wish list, but need comes with a plan. When you feel that power, that is your story, and you see how many paths it can light, trust me, there's nothing in the world that will make you say it wasn't worth it. Okay, well, promises are meant to be kept. So, look, watch this. Watch how I'm a badass manifester, y'all. Get ready. Watch this. I'm going to speak something into existence, and it's on. We have a Navy guy in the house and an Air Force guy in the house, and I'm not wearing a hat. Something is afoot. So, that's the thing at the end of the ankle, Navy people. So anyway, Dennis Bonilla, I said you out here stalking me. How are you?
I'm doing it. That is the longest, beautiful, most introductory. I was totally enthralled with that whole 8 minutes with you.
Well, you know what? That's how, you know why? That's the space I'm reserving for sponsors. See, that's another way I manifest. I blocked that time out. You see what I'm saying? No, so seriously, we've been gone for over a year. So, I'm starting from scratch really about 3 weeks ago. So now I get to stretch the monologue out and promote our team. Be like, that's what you saw. That was the one commercial. Vision Digital Studio. I want to say shout out to all of the great guys over there. And Shaquille's the head honcho there. And you met Shaquille this morning. So, Dennis, how you feeling? Mondays, people need a little extra to get their week going down the slinky path, momentum. And so I'm counting on you today. So go like this real quick because you're in the Navy. So
I just want to see excited. I've been excited all weekend. I've been excited all weekend waiting for today.
Can we just get it out there and get the elephant out of the room, though, about this? Oh, wait a minute. I said I was
the elephant. Here we go.
Of course I'm wearing a hat. See? Okay, your turn. Oh, wait a minute. That's not a Navy hat.
No, it's a cowboy hat.
Oh, you went Yellowstone on me.
That's right.
Okay, come on, let's go. I'm kidding. I am so happy I was checking out your sparring. You know why? This was not just a weird monologue and a whole bunch of different things y'all aren't used to seeing. Y'all, this was an audition because this guy does movies. And I did a little free one and it got aired for about like 12 minutes. A little
12
independent show.
minutes.
Yeah, it was like supposedly on Peacock. I do have the trailer though, and I'm in it. So, no, I'm saying that because I'm bringing in what you do, real life experience. Here's the joy. Who doesn't love a movie? From both sides. If you're sitting at home or in the theater, but you love it for another reason. Dennis Bonilla. Or is it Bonilla?
Bonilla.
I know this is I did my research. Okay, so I got a trivia for you. We're gonna throw it and we're gonna go like we're gonna do a fun question, then we're gonna go to the resume and some real stuff about the work you do in this world that matters. But we gotta keep them going and watch this. Are you ready for the first round? You are? Who is that?
Do you have an action figure? Because if you don't, you're going to lose.
Do I? And he sits on top of my Galaga game. Well, didn't you see that one coming? Okay, stay there. I love a challenge. Where is it? Okay, come on, Nada. Come on. You've been summoned. Yep, I sure do. I don't know what that's Hulk Hogan, right?
No, that's the $1 Million Man. The wrestler.
Jamie Summers' boyfriend. Oh,
the $1 Million Man, the wrestler. Man. This was given to me by one of my teams. They said that I look like the $1 Million Man.
Well, you trying to, that's how you manifested all that abundance in your world. You spoke to, okay, now that's a wrestler.
Yeah.
So you wrestle?
No.
Well, so does my action figure. Meet Lucy Killer McGillicuddy. Yeah.
Lucy. I love Lucy.
Yeah. I do too. Lucy was a brilliant woman. She hid so many of her talents right in plain sight to get them in, didn't she? Okay, you thought that's all I had? No. Stretch arms. Check it. Oh.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, audience, whoever's watching, if you want to, put the winner of that round. Which was your favorite?
I think you did win that round.
Who's got this so far? Air Force?
I think you do.
Really?
Yeah, man. I'm like the Knicks, man. I let the Spurs get ahead in the first 30 minutes, and then I come in and I sweep you at the end and win the round.
The Spurs. You know what? I'm into that too. I know that team. I do. I'm serious. I love tennis. See? Okay. You got to stay on your toes when you have the military friends in the room. So here is a question about your time in the military a little bit. Okay. So what is the largest ship in the Navy?
Operational today?
Oh, you had to throw in a codicil. See how they are? No cheating up in here, mister. I'm just kidding. I don't know. I didn't ask Alexa that part. Okay, but I did ask her this, what I just said. So just on that, she gave me an answer.
Well, I would say that it's an aircraft carrier.
Well, I don't know, because that's not even the real punchline of the joke. It's the USS Gerald R. Floyd, for those of you.
I was going to say it. They are operational.
Yes. That's right. And go and look it up. I mean, wow. Yeah. When you see it. Now, is that thing really? Yes. I mean, you don't really get from looking at a picture. Have you been on it?
I've seen it, yes. It was being built at the Newport News Naval Shipyard in Norfolk. I was working for a company that was working on some submarines there, and the Gerald R. Ford was being built there. And it makes the Enterprise look like a midget.
It's like, I heard there's like cities in there. Like bowling alleys.
8,000 people.
Malls and stuff.
Yes.
How come they don't ever show that stuff in the movies with the, when they're, that would be cool to look at. That could be a recruiting piece. It would have been for me.
Well, Top Gun Maverick, if you look at it, when he goes out to do that final mission to bomb the craters there in the underground, they were on a huge aircraft carrier, but it was not the Gerald R. Ford because that was not out operational when they filmed that.
So, have you ever been on it though? Walking around? Wow.
Yeah.
They got restaurants, like multiple restaurants, everybody.
It's a city, man. It's a city on the water.
Right? And hats off to all of our people in the military, but specifically today, we're going to celebrate right there. That's a great. How long were you in the military, Dennis?
I
And
was
what
in
made
six
you
years, but
6 years? What
I was on submarines.
was it? Yellow?
I love the Beatles,
Okay.
but no, it was not Yellow Submarine.
How did you?
In the town where
Wait a
I was
minute.
born.
No way. We have the same. Oh, it's a sign. We have the same album setup thing. That same furniture.
My
It's right
vinyl
there.
record collection.
I'm looking at this, the down to the exact furniture that you have in it. I have that same one right there.
You have 12 guitars in your room?
No, but I have one, and it's about this big. My foster brother Jeff made it when he was in prison. It was a hobby
Really?
craft thing. I mean, he
Yeah.
made the amp. Wow, Dennis. But those are real guitars?
All 12 of them.
Why do you have it? They're your disciples?
No, I played professionally all through high school and college.
You, is that a family of, do you play all those that are in that room? Still are
I
playing
have
it?
them all. I have them all tuned all the time. There's 12 strings. There's
Wow.
acoustics. There's PRSs. There's Stratocasters. There's a beautiful John Lennon Epiphone, which is my favorite guitar.
Wow. So you, how long have you played the guitar?
Since I was 12.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Now that's not that long because he's 47 years old, folks. And
Well, you're
I
dyslexic, which is
know.
good. I love that about you, that you're dyslexic. Yes.
47. See, nice. Oh, you had somebody did that to you before you had that ready.
No,
Okay,
no, I just came up with that.
that's another reason I was intimidated, you guys today, but not intimidated in a bad way, but intimidated to have something to shoot for. You see, Dennis, it's just like there's a lot in this though. This isn't just luck or anything. This has a lot to do with how you live your journey. This
Yes.
has to do about a lot of things, what you manifest, what matters to you, and speaking the things that you need in this world to do what you were brought to this world to do into existence. And that's what I love about you. I'm not kidding. There's so many names you could call a Renaissance man and $6 million man, all kinds of things. But you're a person. That's what I really love about it because you're not really all getting all twisted now because we're talking about the guitars first. And we're talking about, you know, some people might think, well, do they know who he is? Yes. And they're going to know even more because, that's the fun part. We're supposed to count it all joy. I want to ask you here. Let's go here. Can we ask a serious question now?
Absolutely.
About your work. And this is how I've designed it to kind of move us through. You guys are going to hang your feet over the pool today. But after you've done that, I guarantee you go and find out even more about this man. We're going to give you the links all through the show. Just watch the bottom of your screen because then you're going to learn something starting with this. So I would like to ask you now, this is the nuclear mindset. Tell everybody how would I come to ask you anything about the nuclear mindset? How are you qualified to answer a question in that category, Dennis?
In the category of cinema.
No, the nuclear mindset. This is still about
Oh,
your. Oh, see, he missed
uh,
his own clue. Turn left, Ruby Falls, 20 miles. Ruby, see, that's why they
no.
put all those signs. The question,
So it
no,
was. I was not. I did not plan to become a nuclear engineer. My
okay.
plan during college. I was a undergrad student in biology, and I wanted to be a medical doctor. And I wanted to go to medical school. And unfortunately, or maybe fortunately, the guitars and the music were a huge distraction for me because I was in a band all through high school and college, a famous band on the island of Puerto
Uh,
Rico.
what? A famous band?
Yeah, we were a
Oh,
hot band on the island of Puerto Rico for many years. Played on TV, every radio station, every hotel. We had a 14-piece band, salsa, rock music, Chicago, Gran Combo. We played everything. And
wow.
so every weekend I was busy. So I was not exactly the most disciplined student, if you know what I mean. So my grade point average was not good enough to qualify for medical school because on the island they only took 100 students a year, and 50 were men, 50 were women. They were very much about equality in those days. So I didn't get in there, but I got accepted into dental school. But I didn't want to become a dentist. I wanted to become a doctor. So I said, well, you know what?
Oh my goodness.
I'm going to go serve my time in the Navy, and the Navy has promised me that when I get done, they will pay for my medical education. So I said, oh, I'll
Oh
go. So
yeah, no
yeah,
student
so I
loan.
said, I'll be a hospital corpsman, do my job, serve, and then when I come back, I'll be able to, afford and study for medical school. But when I went in to take all the exams, I scored extremely high on all the aptitude tests, and the recruiter who was trying to get me in there, he said, Dennis, you qualify for this naval nuclear program. And I said, I didn't know what that is. And he said, it's the most elite program in the United States Navy. You'll be learning all about nuclear power, operating nuclear power plants on submarines, on aircraft carriers, on destroyers, and it will make you an amazing career for you. And I said,
Yeah. Now
and I said yes.
I read that you taught
Oh
like at
yeah.
the U.S. Naval Nuclear Power School.
So
Talk about
when
that.
I
Yeah.
so when I went to Naval Nuclear Power School, it takes a year to go through it, and I was first in my class at the prototype in Saratoga Springs. So they said, we want you to stay on as an instructor. And so I stayed on as an instructor for 2 years before I got deployed out to the submarine, which was the USS Casimir Pulaski, based out of New London. And even when I got to the Casimir Pulaski, because I had been an instructor at the prototypes and on land, they made me the lead instructor on the submarine, in charge of all the exam banks and lesson plans and everything that had to do with education. And by the way, there's no better education that I ever received, better than the Navy education I got both in the nuclear power program and then subsequently in the submarines. That set me up for my career when I got out and worked for Westinghouse, which was the largest builder of nuclear power plants in the world. And they recruited me, and I went and taught around the world for Westinghouse.
They make more than like fridges and stoves.
They were the number one power plant builder in the world.
Wait, it's time. Bill of purpose on that one. You know what? This just hit me just now. I'm not kidding you. Just like when Michael Jackson died. I'm not kidding you. It was like 4 days afterwards. I'm at the gas station. I'm like, everybody, but hey, it must be Michael Jackson must be releasing a new album or is in town. Everybody playing him, right? And I said to the lady, what is it? Is his birthday or something? And the woman said, no, Michael Jackson died. And when what? Everybody was looking at me like, how can it be like 4 days and you didn't hear it? You see what I'm saying? And I
Yep.
don't mean it was like, but what I'm saying is there's something about when you hear a new truth that's the great thing about it. I would have never, what you just said, all of that. Now, see, okay, let me ask you this. Let's go there because
Yep.
you're a filmmaker, so you might appreciate this little transition.
Okay.
It's almost like people would say, you know, how the movie was a hit, Limity Snickers, a series of unfortunate events, right?
Yep.
But if you put a thing on to call it, I'm trying to reverse it, nickety limits and a fortunate series of events. Do you think many people would go to that one from the title
Yeah.
alone? Because
Yeah.
you know why? I think not, because they listened to what you just said, and a lot of people are thinking this. Man, he's lucky. Probably somebody handed it to him. You know, so talk about the pivoting. It's because I have a friend like you, Kip
Mhm.
McCarter. He's a doctor and a lawyer, and he was running for Congress. I was like, what next? You're going to go out and swap out the engine in SpaceX or something? My goodness, you know? And I call him up. I said, hey, you want to go and like find a new species today? It's that kind of, but I laugh. But I really listen for the answer. So when people say that Dennis is like a Renaissance kind of guy, and you've heard that before.
Oh
I
yeah.
know. I said it to you myself.
Yep.
Tell people what that means when you take that in. Because people go, oh, Renaissance man. I thought it was a cologne for years. I'm not kidding you. I never met one, but there's one here now. Talk about that because it can be a man or woman, but the Renaissance part. Explain what it
Yeah,
feels.
I think the moniker got tagged on me because of, as they got to know me and saw so many different things that I've done in my life and reinvented or reimagined or repurposed or rethought different
Ooh,
things. It's like a new beginning, a new birth, right? And like in the Renaissance period where they brought back the arts and the culture and all that. you sort of, go through that reimagining and that rebirth. And, I guess I maybe have pivoted so many times and done so many different things that people say, man, he's a real Renaissance person.
So pivoting and rebirthing, are they
Yes.
synonymous?
Well, in
All
my
right,
case,
let's think about that one first. It could be a trap. I'm trying to trip you up. Don't forget, we got a beat going on here still. Just letting him know. See, that's how we are. Air Force people. Yeah, we sweet about it.
okay.
Don't know. Send your kids to see your nearest recruiter. Thank
Well,
you.
I,
Aim
I,
high.
I I don't,
All right, that was a
I,
commercial. That was a real commercial. Or was it an audition? You be the judge, Dennis Bonilla. Okay, go ahead. And I'm using some NLP stuff I read about on you. It's like, uh-huh. No, go ahead. No, seriously though. Here's why. Because ego is not on you.
I
When
don't.
so talk about how has it made you talk about the humble part when you hear it.
Have I? Well, if you talk to my family, they would not say I'm humble, but I would
Yes.
say that I've learned that the humility is truth. If you go back to Saint Thomas
Mhm.
Aquinas and ever read anything from Saint Thomas Aquinas, the famous phrase that always stayed with me from being a little kid and reading one of his books. I went to Catholic school and I was an altar boy and I wanted to be a priest and got diverted along the way.
I'm
That
keeping a list, by the way, of all
okay.
your titles and aspirate. Watch. Keep going.
Okay. And I read about humility being truth. And so a lot of times when I praise people and they say, "Oh, I'm not," I said, "No, you can be humble and tell the truth. And if the truth is bigger than what people might imagine, but it's the truth, then you're still being humble." And so I believe humility is actually a key a key attribute that you have to be a great leader. I mean, you cannot be a great leader and be arrogant and tons of hubris. And you know what I'm saying? There has to be an element of humility there
Sure.
because you don't know everything and you will learn. And if you're not humble, you will not learn from others. You'll think that you know everything. And if
That's
you don't,
right.
I mean, so it's
Ooh,
to me,
I
it's humility is a key trait.
Oh, you hit a nerve with that one. Oh, nice one, Navy. Oh,
Yeah.
been doing your homework.
Ding, 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 ding.
No, but really, I had an Aunt Candy. I was talking about her the other day. I mean, don't let that name fool you. The sweet thing, no. She was the disciplinarian in our entire bloodline. And I had to go there for a couple of summers. That was the punishment.
Oh,
That was a ghetto Guantanamo Bay, y'all. Aunt Candy's house right here in Chicago. No, seriously, because she made you think about your responsibility to example. And when you didn't do that in your everyday life, it's like this. Because here's what I'm saying. When you think just from these, we could, because trust me, I don't have enough paper. These pivots that we're talking about and talked about earlier, and if you joined us late, is some people say like if you were to wait and do it in the middle of midlife crisis, you see how I changed from there's people don't expect people to think so freely and such bold moves into all these careers. I wanted to be a priest. There's a reason. He picked up something in the search,
well,
all the qualifications needed for each of these things. So what's the common denominator between priest, medical doctor, and a dentist? Power three right there. That's why we have
so,
a. How do
it's
they
the
need?
service. It's the service.
There it is. Ding, ding, ding.
I mean, it's the service.
Good.
It's the listening. It's the ability to listen and not judge. The ability to give empathy without being judgmental or condescending. I mean,
Mm.
I was inspired to be a priest by my uncle, who's still alive. He's 92 years old, and actually, he's probably, yeah, he's at least 92. He was the youngest kid in the family, and I was raised by my grandparents, and he was the only one that was living still in the home when I was born. And my grandparents raised me. My mom and dad, they disappeared
Where
from
were
the
you born?
picture.
What area were you born in?
I was
Of
born in
the,
the Bronx, Fordham Hospital.
you know what? I was here going, don't just think it. Because you know what I mean? Because I was like, because I wanted to say this. I was like, if I didn't see your name and you refer to these places, I would never like, you're like a guy from New York it's interesting because your roots, this is whole Ellis Island thing. You know what I'm saying? No, not Ellis Island, but I mean, it's a place where people keep the best of everything. Not the place the people came from. They don't leave it behind. Some of us do. Some of our cultures do. And people there that came through that way, there's something about it.
Well, my grandfather and my grandmother was a mail order bride. My grandfather, it was a native Taino Caribbean Indian in Puerto Rico. He had a tobacco farm, and he needed labor for the farm. So he got a young wife. They had
Mm.
babies every 2 years. Unfortunately for my grandfather, or fortunately for me, the first five were women. And so they had to keep going. And so then he had an older boy, then he had my father, then he had the younger boy who was a priest, and then they had a young girl who died of childhood diseases at birth. So my father was the lost middle child. But my
Mm.
grandfather, after having all these kids and bringing all these kids up on the island of Puerto Rico, a hurricane destroyed the plantation. He took those 8 kids on a boat to New York City and started over.
See, wait a minute. Hmm. You tricked
Wiped
me.
out.
What? I
He
mean,
was wiped
wait a minute.
out.
So, okay. Okay, good. Like right there. Here we go. That's a great place to uh, turn it over to the viewers. And just right now, it's a little visual thing. So, wiped out. What image did you see in your mind when you heard that? What did it look like? Like a car careening off, or somebody wiped off the proof that it was there, like a windshield. Think about that, because when we come back, we're going to take a little brief, just a short one, I promise you today, because it's only beginning. It is nowhere near the end. A lot of shows still ahead when we return. When we return, see, got me all tongue tied, because now, I mean, we've given you something to think about. We've given you something to think about, and I really want to know what it has done. Well, you know what? I'm not even going to go to commercial. Think about it. Just think about it. I want to ask you this, and we're going to come back. Start dropping your answers in if you'd like, or just, mentally note. So then the medical doctor part. What did you see around in your world or field? How did you get to that? Was it a book? Was it the same process as the previous thing with the priest? Were they examples that I'm asking? Or did you, how'd
It
that part?
was it was more of a vision by my grandmother, expecting me to pursue the excellence of service through the medical field. She thought I was smart enough, bright enough, and that I would be destined to become a doctor.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
There are other members of my family who did, but that was not my destiny. That was not my
Right.
journey.
Right. But see, what I love about this is like Sudoku to me. This is how I feel. I'm not kidding. It happened yesterday with a person that I was doing a call with, and the way that those dots were connected, where it began. He's a lawyer, immigration lawyer, right? Real
Mm.
story. And this happened. And this is what I love about like what you're telling us. And we're going to go right back to this little equation that we're figuring out here. But this guy, he said, "Hi, Toma, immigrant family." And he goes, he's a burnout. Just he says he's empty. His compassion has been sucked on by just energy suckers and this and the other. That he's in immigration. He goes, listen, I want to just be the rogue attorney and help people where they don't have to break the bank just to prove things that don't need to be proven. And so really, this is what happened. They said, write down the number 10. I wrote down the number 10. And here's what he said. I said, you're telling me you need to go back and be remembered to your passion points. They're just like pressure points. And so I said, the number 10 is there. And they also said this. He was watching something and he was a boy. He goes, I was in, this is how he said it. I was in college. I said, oh, yeah, but I wasn't in college to be an attorney. I went to college for film. So I got the attorney thing so I could get into film or however it went. But right. So this is where, so I said, aha. So that what age was that? And he said 20. So then I said, but then what got you to film? It was first. You did the other thing to get the other thing. What was
Right.
that? Right? And he goes, it was a movie. I said, what movie? Raiders of the Lost Ark. I said,
Uh,
so he told me what his age was, right? So then he goes, I said, what year was that out? I don't know, sometime in the 80s, early. Alexa, what year did Raiders, did you go in the first week or when it was old? He said, were you there opening weekend? She said, Alexa said, October 1971 or August
mhm.
1971, right? I said, how old are you? What year were you born? No, it was 1981. He was born 1971. I said, go from there. 10. Where were you at 10? Da, da, da. He said, I saw that movie with my father. I saw that movie. He's gone now. I said, I had forgotten this and the other. So look, 10 was the thing. That's where his passion point, that's where it was. That was the epicenter, one of the epicenters of Journey. And so when you talk about it, where you're at, these pivots match what people are making bold moves. See, people are used to seeing people go to factories and work at car manufacturing. I'm from Michigan, so you know GM and da da da.
Yeah.
Go to the grocery store, the grandma working, and they go there. I mean, I have two nieces. I love them, and they love the work, but they saw me at Red Lobster when I was like 20 something. They went there to try it a few years later. They've been there 27 years. Now, I'm not kidding. They have other things, but what I'm getting is it's too easy. I think it shouldn't be so easy for us as people, as humans. I'm just taking anything away from anybody, but boy, you got to tell them about it. Just the boldness and the service piece and the variety, how you get to get little pieces of a lot of stories and
Hmm.
experience. So, talk about that. How has this been expanding your soul? All these pivots. It's almost like purpose, multiple personality. You know what I mean?
Well, interesting that you mentioned multiple personalities because sometimes I feel like, when I've been to therapy and you do these diagnoses and the therapist says, you're sort of a little bit of a displaced multiple personality person because I enjoy so many different things. But
See?
the reality is there's a common thread
It,
throughout my entire career. And that common thread is providing service to people to identify their talent, make them
mm,
feel confident in their talent, make them feel confident in their ability to find their greatness and their purpose, and be able to then do that for other people. So even throughout my entire career, whether I was in the Navy, whether I was in commercial nuclear power, whether I was in medical education, dental education, back to technology, higher education, back to technology, and then eventually film. And people say, well, what the hell does everything you've done have to do with film? I said, film is still about developing talent and the ability to recognize talent, find that talent, bring out the best of that talent, and give back and make a purposeful impact based on what you're doing, whether it's in higher education, whether it's in technology, or whether it's in film. What are you doing in film that's making an impact on other people at a big scale? And even if it's just one person you impact, but the fact is that person will impact other people, and that ripple effect will go out. So do purposeful, impactful things. I didn't know that when I was doing all that. It eventually came to me at some point.
see? I swear, I feel like I've been dipped in spiritual freon. I'm doing all this. See, oh, I got the chills. It's beyond chill. I get the chills sitting down on somebody's porch. I had the chills the other day here in Chicago. Ooh, shit. I put on a sweater. I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about it's like an energy surge. That's what it really is when you hear the power and the truth. Because, see, get your tuning forks back. That's all I'm going to say. Get your tune. How are you going to know that tell them about it, Bell? There's a ring to it, right? It's pure energy, pure energy, pure energy.
It is.
I'm a believer of the power of three. When things go like, and look, you know what I heard when you told me? Here's what I took from it because I'm looking for that. Make your own formula, but
Mhm.
you got to get in the laboratory and you got to test things. You got to risk things. You're going to spill things, burn things. You're going to get burned. So
Mhm.
what? You must experiment. That's my point. That's the grout of pivot, like he's doing, and faith, trust.
Well,
Talk about that.
it's
Were you
listening
ever
to the
scared?
word above.
Okay.
It's
Were you ever
listening to the
scared?
word that comes into you that those words in your head, those voices. that you filter out the noise and you're hearing things, and it just becomes, I mean, again, I've always been on the periphery of the spiritual journey because I wanted to be a priest. I decided not to be a priest, but everything I've done has been sort of bringing me back to this moment where my spiritual journey needs to be manifested. And
Ah,
God is saying, He's been waiting. When are you going to manifest this purposeful thing? And
soul
I've
is
been sort of avoiding it for my whole life, right? I mean, I've been
yeah.
making an impact, but avoiding the spiritual connection to how do I do that at a way that is where, why am I still alive? I always ask that question. I could have been dead and
Okay,
buried years and years ago.
but don't you hate this thing? Not hate it. I just told somebody this. Quit using that word around here. A visitor. But I guess some things yeah, I do. Just like I'm capable. Yeah, I said it. Here's how you can use hate. I'm t- when people say things like, "Ooh, I just here's some constructive criticism." I know you can speak to that because you didn't get to do all those pivots and meet all those wonderful people and people. I can see what's been poured into you. It's there. It is obvious. It's an essence. There's no. It's not the different titles on the things. It's the essence of the journey. It's the footprint. If you look, you can see it at the test of the different places, but you must see it because once you see it, you cannot unsee it, and that's why they do it. So a lot of people, the overachiever. You know what I mean? So that's like constructive criticism. No, I see and choose to see from you constructive insight.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying? Because it is a
Yeah.
reverence that comes with it. Just keeping it real, y'all. I got to have a ring of truth because that means I'm compelled to ring it, even if I'm scared to say it out loud. So get a frequency somewhere around you. I want to go here real quick. How we doing on time, y'all? Oh, here we go. I definitely want you on the 90-minute special. Both of them. Okay? Because here's the thing. The struggle I'm having, see how I had to layer all that stuff? Because I knew, because I checked them out and I experienced it, y'all. I knew it couldn't be like this intense all the way from the beginning. Why are you taking up so much? Because
Yeah.
none of it should be wasted. You have to put things like this into the space so that people can receive it. You
Yes.
started with a little bitty baby, a sippy cup, and now you're drinking out of damn swimming pools. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So listen, I want to ask you this. I want to ask you this. Does it's okay? Because here's the thing. For those who missed it, tell them how old you are.
I'm 74.
See, they thought I was like, ain't
By
trying
the
to
way,
call. They believed you were 47.
well, people don't believe me when I say that, and I never used to say it a lot because I said, people, there's a lot of ageism in the workforce, and and who are they hiring in technology, and who are they hiring in this, and who that, and if you're
Mm,
above a certain age, they don't even want to talk to you or respond to you. But it's always funny when
you're
I when
invisible.
I when,
You're invisible.
yes,
Yeah.
and they don't want to deal with they think, oh, you don't have the energy, or you don't have the willingness to learn new things, or you don't have the open mindedness. And what I'm saying is that is what you should value. Look at the experiences I've been through, the ups and downs, the trauma, the grief, the losses, and all that. My theory is all around the nonlinear leader, and the nonlinear leader has gone through this frequency cycle change
Okay. Can
and
you start?
survived and went through it.
Can you do something for me?
Yeah.
When you said the linear, say that thing that it's non-linear. Three words. Non-linear.
The nonlinear leader, yes.
The non. That sounds like a book title. The say it was a tongue twister, y'all. Cindy Brady, remember that? Seesaw, love the seesaw. There's one of those lessons up in there, y'all. Read with caution, because I know I teased her ass when I watched. It could be coming home to roost. Listen, say it again.
The non-linear leader.
Okay, what should people be? What's that look like in an image? Describe an image. Because some people are like,
So
what is that? I don't want them to just dismiss it.
think of the leader who gets to the top of the organization quickly, but has never gone through the rough and tumble parts
Mm.
of life, versus the nonlinear leader, which, by the way, most HR systems and most HR people are not looking for the failures. They're only looking for the successes. the school you went to, how fast did you go through? What was the grade point average? Did you get to the next? Did you ever have any They don't ever ask, did you have any mishaps? Did you have any grief? Did you have any loss? Did you learn from anything? So for me, and I call it, and it comes out a lot in my memoir that I'm writing and publishing this year, is leadership emerging from the wreckage. Leadership that emerges from the wreckage, what you do with the wreckage and how you emerge from that, because nobody ever teaches you how to deal with that. They teach you, how to deal with nice things, how to deal with pleasant things, but nobody ever teaches you how to deal with loss, how to deal with failure, how to deal with bankruptcy, how to deal with the loss of parents, how to deal with loss of
Right.
children,
Okay.
how to deal with loss of jobs, how to deal
Listen.
with your loss of money. I mean, none of that is ever taught. They want a nice, clean path so that when you're the CEO,
Oh,
you
no.
have no blemishes.
Oh, no, 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 no. Mm-mm. Not this one. You know what they showed me? See, that's the benefit of foster care. Y'all don't be getting it twisted. I'm just continuing like it is. Anything you go through in your journey that has a big T, little t, middle T, any T, or whatever else, M, N, whatever it is. This is a letter somebody put on something. Those are way stations. Those are things that people tell you, mental illnesses and things like that are your superpowers. Everything works for us.
Yes.
If it does. So I want to talk about this because right here you said the same thing. Now listen how smart y'all are. Everything he just said, you say it too. You use a different thing, but you got to know the power and that comes with the definition and the intention of what you're using out of your mouth. You speak it into existence. So you could use. Some people might say, and you tell us if you think this is what you're saying or not. It's not good. That's how old singers and jazz singers said, I cut my chops. When they were in smoking and nobody paying attention. Like, don't say me singing. I know because I was saying I couldn't do karaoke. I would fight your ass. You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
it was right. I thought everything should stop because I was doing this thing or School of Hard Knocks. People would say that street cred. But it's a what is it? It is a becoming. It is. It is a transformational becoming. But let's go back to the piece about people who no, I can't. Oh, I'm so happy I got this job. It came not to take anything away. So me hints and no hate mail or nothing. And never mind. I knew the names. I can see you still from the grave. And can't teach you put the fear of God in me. I can't even say her name now. But I'm saying because you know why? Because I'm honoring the distance, the tradition, the things that you went through in your bloodline and stuff. So now let me ask you that. Well, how do you feel about like ancestors who bequeath you? Let's say we're talking about soul stuff here. When things come from our bloodline, my people, because people grab it, our people, and this and the other, and they get mad when someone says, "Well, you people." How can you say our people? You can't say your people. Just like two things you don't talk about: politics and religion. The two things you should be talking about. That's just common sense. And why ain't more people using it? All that kind of shit. So anyway, I want to ask you this because you look like a disciple. I'm saying you can look at the robe going on. And I don't mean just the look. This is not a gimmick. I'm saying the essence. That's the DNA of purpose. Now, seriously,
It is.
it is undeniable. Because here's why. People forget this. I don't think they even get this. Tell me what you think, Dennis. Fingerprint, your DNA, things that one drop, one left or right. You can track it to you. I know. I have a record. Okay. So I'm telling you, they can find your ass, right? But here's the piece people don't realize. And you want them to find you.
Yep.
It's the service, the thing you leave the world that can show them and teach them and guide them about something that you can only feel, not things you can touch, things you can only feel. You see, like air. I can't see it, I can't feel it, but I know it's there. But then we stop with all the rest of the magical pieces. So I want to ask you this: 74, and it's not luck, y'all. It's not. I'm telling you. Do your homework. Find people that can show you the way to people that they learned through. So then you go and find your own formula. So let's go here. How we doing? Man, we sound like Man, dude, you should have a show, like a talk show. Thing. Ooh, I got an idea for you. You know, I'm producing TV. You know, see, I'm doing that CB thing in real time, y'all.
Yeah.
Don't print them out. Go have some coffee. Play some golf. Shit. You see? You know why? And I'm telling you, because I said illuminated conversation. And this is why this is so important. So you can start what you see here. Stop stargazing and begin trailblazing. You listen to things like this. You drop clues. You stop so many clues. And he's going to drop more and tell you where you can go find more. So I'm just trying to say things that you can move out of the way that do not serve you from the benefit of these sacred conversations. This is how you end up at your any point of your journey and exchange a fond memory for a divine one. You change
Yes.
and get rid of and trade up to just a good friend. No, we don't have those anymore. Everyone that's in the sacred space is a blessed friend. Start putting what's around you. Dress your intentions exactly the way you want to pick them up when you meet them where you said you would. Now,
Yep.
that's what I love about the pivot process because it goes with purpose, passion. You know, the clues are there. You see how my voice softened?
Yes.
Because that's those are some those are respect those are powerful pieces.
Not everybody's ready to listen to it, which is part of
No,
the issue, right?
no, but you know what? Well, I'm gonna leave it where when they're ready they can find it. That's why it's
Yes.
called legendary or historical.
Yeah.
See, this
When the student is ready, the teacher will arrive. Yes.
well, that's true. Now see, that's another thing. They people say them things all the time. Just like, ooh, girl, I got liver cancer. Hit it on the Facebook in the chat. I got liver cancer. Well, all I need is prayer. Boom. And then somebody just hit a prayer emoji. Them hands. Ain't uttered one syllable. You didn't say you
Right.
could type your way into, purpose. You can't. No. You got people, I'm just saying, not
Yeah.
now,
You
not
got to do
because,
it.
but that's people who'll break up in an email and stuff
Yep.
like that. No, you can't cut off the energy connection. So let's go here. What do you, okay, you look 74. I mean, you don't look 74. What age do you feel or look, not through these outer eyes, when you use the
I
wait
feel
a
45.
minute, you can't take this question out of context. Sorry. Here you go. Here you go. Dr. Lauren, you. This is where we are in the lab. Yep, 54. Here it is. This is the altar call question. The possibility, and you can deliver it. Here it comes. Here it comes. If you had to, in one, everything we talked about here today, they forgot everything but this one thing. What's the thread? What's the anchor? What's the loose sword on the the force be with you? That thing that is it's a tether, y'all. It's a tether. That thing. And people say connecting the dots. They have a lot of names, but what is the thing? What is the thing? Or is there a word for it? Because there may not be. Maybe
Well,
you don't feel it.
I think it's belief, and it's belief in certain things. Belief in my family, belief in my grandparents, belief in I was raised with in terms of principles, belief in that there are eternal principles that are not that you don't violate them. People don't, I
Mm,
mean, to me, my
mm,
grandfather was not an educated man. My grandmother was not an educated woman. But let me tell you, they didn't need leadership books and they didn't need to go to college. They were wiser than most people I ever met in my life. And they taught me how to be respectful, how to be respectful to women, how to be respectful to others, how to be respectful to different colors and races and religions. And they were not educated in those things. They just brought that as part of their being.
mm. Well, let me ask you this. Here's a little game. And it's a great one. Are you ready? I love this. Just now coming in for the first time. Woo, upload. That's from the soul. See what I'm saying? Download is from higher power. Think about it.
Right.
Higher power, we look up and reach. But when we talk about the soul, from the depths of my soul, the bottom of my heart. So here we go. When you hear words like, if I say to you, hmm, so how do you feel your soul's mission is going so far? What
I
do you?
think uh, I'm 74, and I think I'm at the beginning of my mission because I finally realized what my mission is.
What
So
is it?
I'm
All right.
taking all that expertise and what I've learned, and now taking it and focusing it on. I try not to surround myself with people who are not positive. I try not to be everything to everybody or around. I mean, I stay focused on bringing impact at scale to people, whether that's through films that teach you moral values, whether that's through books that teach you, beliefs and things that are sacred, whatever. But it's stay focused on that. Don't waste your time. I don't want to waste my time on trying to get up the corporate ladder. I've been all through that, and it never
Mm,
fulfilled. There was no fulfillment in that. There was money, there was titles, there were all those things. Take all that away. Who am I? What am I trying to do in my golden years? And what am I going to leave? And what am I going to be proud of in the next life? Am I going to make my kids also be impactful, or are they going to live a false life? I want them to live a true life. I want them to live that true life earlier than I realized living that true life was about.
I knew it was going to have a gag order with it. Guess what just happened? Watch this. Seriously. I say this to my clients all the time. Y'all know I don't be playing with it. Watch this, Dennis. Watch this. Now, I'm not going to say it here. I'm going to say it when we get off. Because I was going to run my mouth. I ain't got no filter. Yeah, wait till you hear this. You're going to know. Ooh, it's one of the reasons oh my goodness. Ah, I'm so excited. I'm not kidding. You know what I love? I'm at a stage in my journey where things you can speak into existence. I'm not kidding you. I had an idea yesterday while making breakfast for dinner and wrote a book.
I like breakfast for dinner all the time.
I
That's one of my
know,
favorite things to
right?
do.
And a book came out of it, a children's book. And then just now, this thing that had been in there, and that when they there you wait till you hear this. You guys stay tuned. Mark this time. I am telling you this. I know that I don't know if I can't speak for Dennis or so, but that's what I'm going to tell you like it is right now. I'm taking my glasses off. And I'm tired as hell. We're working on that book. We're almost finished, y'all. We're about a week away. I'm putting it back on. I did do it though. I'm gonna say this. When this comes full circle and I report back on what I meant right there, I guarantee you, because I know it to be true. Why? How? Because I just saw it. I just saw it. You mark what I tell you. You're gonna say, remember on the da-da-da, and da-da-da? It's that one. And look at the direction I'm pointing, y'all. So there's something. You're going to be able to see it. So why would your head be staring up? Sound like some kind of billboard or something to me. There it is. There it is. I'm telling you, you say it the way you get it. Because I don't want you to forget it. What I'm experiencing right now, what I just saw, is nothing basic. It is not arbitrary. It is real. And I don't care what anybody says. I know now. Foster care gave me that. If anything is ever real to you, if you're a kid, if anything is ever real to you, fuck the dumb shit. It's real. No matter what anybody else says. You remember that and watch what happens in your life. That is a guarantee. That is how, that's that thing I saw connecting all of his pivots. It is purpose. It is intention. But most of all, it is perseverance. And that can't just be for your ass. Point to the left and point to the right, and everything you get, say, yes, I received this. It is a gift. And quit manifesting one legacy syllable at a time. I received that. First of all, you pointing. All kind of clues over there. 3, power 3, right at you. Right. Start asking, what is this taking me to? What is this growing within me? And get this information that has fought its way to you. I've never opened up my door and saw a line of people waiting to give me magical experiences, or any kind for that matter. Do not take these things you cannot see for granted, because that's the ticket to what is next, what you feel. and what you left for others to feel. I'm leaving it because I'm picking it up. I had to fight to get here, and you did too.
Yes.
And people before you. See, so fuck the damn shit. I don't care. We're a minute over, but guess what? No, we're not. Because think about it. Remember at the beginning? It
Hmm.
seemed like we're never going to get there. I know people are like, well, ain't gonna shut up and let him talk. Listen, this ain't my show. I don't run my business and I don't run this show.
Hmm.
I'm only the courier of the systems.
Yes.
The principles are the systems. The systems, my Zoom and my sacred space. I don't have good friends. I have great friends. Go from great to greater, like he did. Great to greater, great to greater, great to greater. And one day, I guarantee you, someone's going to look out a window somewhere in this universe and say, here he or she comes. I'll be damned. It's one of our greatest. Take that with you. This was Bathrobe Moments. It was illuminated, and I am so honored to know all of you. Oof, y'all, man, shit we went through to have the moment that we just did. Everything is joyful. Dennis, I am so grateful to you. You guys, we're going to leave his information in the show notes, and it will be in the comment section. Wherever you're getting your information from Bathrobe Moments, wherever it's coming from, please take it. Reach out to him. More from Dennis Bonilla from Jackson Hole in just a couple of weeks, and I'll get you all of that information beginning next Monday. So listen, Dennis, thank you so much. Please go and keep doing what you did today. I know for a fact you are changing the world by millions of everything at a time. And how would I know that? Because the moment I've met you, you changed me. So take
Well,
that with
we connected immediately. I
you.
remember
Yeah,
that
yeah,
conversation
that's right.
immediately.
Yay, there's the whistle call. There they are. Thank you so much. Thank you for what you do to ease suffering in the world and to provide people a one step at a time plan
Yes.
to getting somewhere. I appreciate you, and I appreciate all of you out there. Listen, come back tomorrow. We're a little bit over, but hey, divine timing is divine timing.
Thank you for the time.
Yes, and blessings to you. I can't wait to see you in Jackson Hole. What is,
I'll
by
see
the
you.
way, because what's her name's gonna kill us if I don't
June
bring her.
26th. We're going to be there
What is
June
the title
26th.
of your chapter in the book? Teresa, I
It's
am having
called
Teresa
How
whooping me.
Purpose Turns Wreckage into Impact.
That's right. You guys, you got to get this book. All week long, we're going to be all month long and beyond. Go to the website. It's going to live there for a while. Get the book,
Yeah.
Wings of Purpose. And there you go. Dennis Bonilla, you guys. Oh, one last question for the Navy thing. So,
Yeah.
what was the name of the boat? What was the nickname for the boat that I asked you about earlier at the beginning of the show?
The nickname of the Gerald R.
What was the
Ford.
nickname? Yeah.
I don't know what the nickname was.
Did I just stump him, y'all? Did
Yeah, you
no.
stumped me. You stumped me.
Impossible.
You stumped me.
I'll give you a second to think about it. Just a second, because it's too good.
Don't know. I don't know.
I'm here. That was part of
Yeah.
it. You thought the
Yeah.
Navy thing was over?
Hey,
No.
what is the nickname?
You know, we're strategists in the
What
Air
is
Force.
the nickname? Tell me.
Okay, y'all. You ready? You don't
Yeah.
know?
No.
Okay, everybody, mark this one down. The Bonilla Flotilla. It's Bonilla. Bonilla. You guys have a great night. Have a great day. Have a great everything. Don't be good. There's no place to go. Gooder.
Hey, we'll stay in touch. We'll see you next week.
And where can people, what's your jam on social media? LinkedIn?
LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram.
Oh, I have your website here. Let's see.
Well,
You just real
it's
quick
not the
tell everybody.
website. That's
No,
my
no. I'm
LinkedIn.
popping it up. I had it in here. Where is it? Okay, you tell them. What's the best? What is going on with this stuff? Where did you, what's the best? You have a website, right?
I don't have a website. I need to
No,
get
you
a
don't.
website. No.
That's a whole nother show. What?
I
You did all
know.
that shit and ain't got a website?
I
Okay,
know.
there
It's
you go.
it's embarrassing. Yes.
Will you agree to think about coming on at least one of the 90-minute specials we're going to do?
Oh yeah, whenever you want. Yeah,
There
absolutely.
it is. Y'all heard it. If he can't, we got some lawyers. We'll take his ass to court. Listen, get out of here. Have the best day ever. Take great
I'll
care.
see you next week, man.
See you. See you later. And
Bye.
listen, you guys, get out there, make a difference in the world. Have a great,
Yes.
great.
Everyone can make a ripple.
Do you hear that? Say it one more time. Just one more time.
Everyone can start a ripple.
There you go. 2 different versions. All roads lead to Mecca. Bye-bye, everybody. Thank you.
Show me your soul. Baby, I'll show you mine. Show me your soul. Honey, it's way past time. How explicit do I have to be? Need I spell it out before you give